You're in an Uber coming back from jail. What is going on?
Logic to me is like, if I can purchase this over the counter and get a receipt for it, how is it illegal?
Where were you, the city or the county you were in when this happened and that ultimately you were arrested?
Grand Prairie.
I knew it.
Okay. X knows it. He's had his history there.
Them white people that get you down there.
This could have been any of us, especially X.
Yeah.
Our next caller bought gummies at a legal shop only to be arrested driving home. She's now facing a felony. Let's see if we can't help her. This is a first for the show. We have a caller who's calling in. Iris, you're in an Uber coming back from jail. What is going on?
I actually just got dropped off, so a welcome home to me. I was arrested for the first time last night ever. I've never been in trouble, never had any situation like that happen. But I did get pulled over for something reasonable, which was my registration being expired. That's why he pulled me over initially. But I went to jail for possession, and I didn't know that this was illegal. I went to a local head shop to buy something and like a lighter, and they sold me these little gummies over the counter and these pre-rolls that are on a display case over the counter. So I thought it was legal because they're selling it over the counter. I get a receipt for this. So he said that I'm being charged with a felony now because of these gummies. I'm sorry?
Hold on, X. Just let
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So yeah, that's that. I'm confused. I'm very confused. And I don't know what to do because this is the first time I've ever really been in trouble. And logic to me is like, if I can purchase this over the counter and get a receipt for it, why? Like, how is it illegal? And now I'm in this conundrum of this. Yeah.
So you're running into an issue a lot of people are running into, not just in Texas, but other states, is these different products come around and people are able to buy them. Some places are selling them. They're right. They're not right. The police are even more confused just naturally. So let's get a little bit more information here. Where were you, the city or the county you were in when this happened and that ultimately you were arrested?
Grand Prairie.
I knew it.
Okay. X knows it. He's had his history there.
Them white people that get you down there for anything. Window tint and registration.
That's true. They're always looking out. So how did they...
Go ahead.
Okay,
the kicker is I literally just moved to Grand Prairie yesterday. So my first official move-in day is like a resting day for me. So this is crazy. I would love some advice.
So let's talk about they said your registration. Was that your tag on your windshield?
Yes, my tag.
Okay. Was it actually expired?
Yeah, it was actually expired. So guilty there for sure.
Okay.
I'm taking that.
Well, the reason we ask about that is because if it wasn't actually expired, then there isn't probable cause for being able to pull you over. That might give you some help. But it was. That's not generally a big deal. Most people don't get arrested for that unless you're X and you're in Grand Prairie. So now let's go to the next one. How was it that it went down after you got pulled over to the moment they found or were given the pre-roll and the gummies? Jump in there, Josh.
Yeah, so he pulls you over for registration. Did he ask you to get out of the vehicle?
Yes. Not right away, but afterwards, yes.
And you got out of the vehicle?
Yeah, so...
Did he ask you if he could search the vehicle?
He asked. I'm pretty sure he asked. I really don't know if he asked or said I'm searching, but I was like that. I know that I did say, okay, fine, because in my head, I really thought, I was like, I'm good. There's nothing. I'm okay.
So some of this is for you. Hold on. Some of this is for you, and a lot of this is for the people at home, okay? We're going to get into the details right now of exactly what he said, and then when you said, this is going to matter, this is going to matter a lot, okay? First off, you should never give consent, even if you think you've done nothing wrong, in almost any circumstance, to someone searching your vehicle if they don't have the right to do that, because who knows what friend was in your car.
Give me that. Come on.
Yeah.
Amen.
There you go.
All right, right there.
All right.
Boom.
Let's see. Look at the unity of the
Look
races.
at that. Do it right there. Go.
Man,
wait. What about? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There's not a big white Asian divide right now, but okay. So you never want to give permission unless you absolutely have to. So that's just kind of the lesson for people at home. Tell me how he asked you to get out of the vehicle. I want to focus on that for a second, because the registration is expired, right? There are certain circumstances where officers, for their own safety, are allowed to make you move the vehicle, make you get out of the car, even maybe detain you. Expired registration is not one of them. Had you been drinking? Was there an odor of alcohol or other drugs on you?
So he pulled. I don't remember how he asked me to get out of the vehicle. Honestly,
Had you been drinking? Had you been drinking?
Oh no, I hadn't been drinking.
Okay.
No, I hadn't been drinking.
Had you been
or anything
smoking?
like
Was
that.
there an odor of anything like that on you? Maybe.
There wasn't, but I did go. There was a bag from a head shop that I went to. So he pulled me over and came to my passenger window, and the bag was on my seat, and he just like was shining his light on the bag, and then kind of started. Then that's kind of where that happened. And
Well,
he
hold
was
on.
like,
He shone the light on the bag, and then did he touch it, or did he ask you questions about it? This matters.
He didn't touch it. He just kind of asked me what was in it, and I just kind of like it was already open, so I just said a couple things that I bought from this one head shop, and then he's like, okay, I'll be right back. And then he came back and he asked me, I'm sure he asked me to get out of the car, and I was like, okay. And then honestly, I don't remember if he said, I'm gonna search your car or can I search it. I was really frazzled, so sorry about that.
Gonna need the body.
Pretty normal.
The attorney's gonna have to get the body cam footage.
Yeah, probably body cam's going to be important there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what were you charged with? Do you have that?
Yeah, I have the paper. It's
Read out what you're charged with.
it just says charge POS CSPG 2. So they said it was like between 2 to 4 grams, I guess.
Of what though? Controlled substance, right? Like
Oh,
advanced
so it was
substance?
Gummies. It was these little gummies. It was a pack of 2 little
There's
gummies.
an active
And
ingredient.
there were
though. That's not gummy. You can buy Flintstone gummies. Gummies are not illegal. They're. I guess part of my confusion is, wouldn't they have to test this because there's so many things that are like one chemical combination or two chemical combinations?
So let's dive
off.
into that. So originally you could only do 0.1% under the original Farm Bill. Then you could do 0.3% Delta 9 THC. And what a lot of these products are, that's different from federal. But in Texas, under the state, it's 0.3 Delta 9 THC. If you heat it up, it actually, and that's what a lot of police testing methods do, when you heat it up, it actually makes it go above that number. So there's a bit of a weird gray area that's not great, and a lot of these products are coming in, they may be at that level. Now, here's the thing.
Does it say active ingredient THC anywhere on your charge?
Let me see.
Like what is the control? They have to cite the controlled substance, right? They can't just say the general.
Well, the
idea.
code may have said what it is.
Yeah.
So
Say
what
the
was that
code
code
again.
one more time?
It says POSCSPG 2.
I need you to do it like with B as in boy, C as in Charlie. It's too hard to hear that.
So it just says possession, POSS, like literally, CS like cat, Sam, PG, boy and girl, and the number 2, and equal sign 4G, and then 400G. So I don't know what any of that means.
Okay,
I'm
so-
sorry,
4
y'all, I
grams to
just
400.
So we
4
got it,
grams
yeah.
to 400 grams.
I just
So
want to say that cop was a douche for pulling you over and taking you to jail for that, but I know people who's
he
been in
was
jail for the
definitely-
gummies.
So it's penalty group 2, weighing at least 4 grams but less than 400 grams. And here's the thing about that is when you have THC, it's not the amount of the THC, it's the weight of the thing that is with it. Because otherwise you would just take a little bit of THC and put it in something bigger and it would be a problem. There's actually a big sentencing issue between dealers and users when it's actual illegal drugs. So here's the big problem. I guarantee you he didn't test it right there.
Yep,
But what
that's
he
it.
had was enough probable cause to say there's this THC. And what we don't know, since we don't have that product right in front of us, but a criminal lawyer would be able to help you with. And I'm just going to jump to the end. We're going to help you get to the right person to be able to sort through the specifics here.
Yeah.
But what happens is they say, oh, well, we think it's going to be THC over the legal limit, and they go ahead and take you in. Or maybe this shop
Theoretically,
has
the
stuff
box
that's
says
wrong.
it. The box could say it on it. So you don't.
Yeah.
Have you bought this product previously? Is this a product that you'd had in the past?
So the gummies were given to me over the because I bought 2. So the pre-rolls I bought were packaged 2 little pre-rolled. How pre-rolls come in that little tube. So I had 2 tubes of that, and I'm sure that's what he saw. And then the gummies, they were just an added gift. So they were all, from the same head shop, sealed and.
Were they in a Ziploc bag, the gummies?
So the gummy.
No.
No, because they usually give them in a
no,
Ziploc bag.
Yeah, no, they were in a red package, sealed up, vacuum sealed, all of the however professional it's supposed to be.
Was this
So
something they
I didn't
sold?
think anything of it.
Was this something they sold at the head shop, or was the guy behind the
Yeah,
counter
they
like,
sell them
"Hey,
there.
cutie, here, have something I made"?
Yeah, they do sell those
Oh
at the
no,
head
they
shop.
sell them
Okay.
there. No, they definitely sell them there. I just had like a bunch of points, so you get free gifts when you're loyal.
Do you have your receipt?
But I don't. But I have an account with them, so I'm sure I can get the receipt.
Okay.
I'm sure they can.
I'm one of the first things I'm gonna tell you to write down is go back and get the receipt. Don't talk to them about what happened. Just get the receipt, look at the receipt, and make sure it's got all those things on it. If not, ask them for what those things were, take a picture of them, front and back. And here's why. Because at the end of the day, if they were selling a product that was illegal, that's going to be important information. If they were selling you a product that was legal, you're going to immediately need that because your lawyer is going to be able to make a call. Surprise, surprise, it might be that this lawyer doesn't, or that this attorney didn't know what they were doing, and when they went to go try and charge it down the road, or maybe the lawyer's going to look at it, the prosecutor, and go, the cop didn't know what he was doing. Right, so there's a lot of places where this could have broke down, and the point of what we're trying to say is you got to get that information so that you can be able to say, hey, this was not me, and I need to get this cleared. Now, a whole different thing we can talk about once you do get it cleared up is how to expunge and arrest and those kinds of records and things. So we'll have to talk about that in the future.
I just got a quick advice.
Yes, sir.
When you're going back to the store to get the information, don't make it seem like too technical. Just make it seem like you want more. You want to tell more people, so they'd be more willing to give it to you.
What was that stuff I got last night?
Yeah.
Oh, it's this. Let me look at it. I'm gonna send it to my friend.
I mean, literally, this was
really
yesterday, so I can just go back to like I want to try to not like I'm on one. I'm on one, boys. Like I'm ready to like go right now, get these photos of what it is, and be like, hey, I mean, not to them, obviously, not to the workers there, but.
Well, I don't want to alarm you, but I also want you to have the appropriate amount of taking this seriously, right? Like this is a felony charge.
Yeah.
This is something you could potentially be looking at a year and a lot of money and uphill battle. So there's two different things here that we want to be gathering, right? If you want to break this down into steps, the first step is always going to be communicate with an attorney. Now, we are not talking to you in the capacity of lawyer-client. We are helping you think through this and reason through this, and we will help get you connected to a lawyer. So you're on the right track there, even if you haven't completed that task. The second thing that you want to be doing here is gathering as much evidence as you can. There's going to be a lot of things that whoever ends up being your lawyer needs to look at. Potentially, and I don't want to give you false hope or talk about something that's... Let me just say it like this. Potentially, there are searches that are done improperly, and you can get any evidence that was found in that suppressed. So if it is true that he just searched the car without asking you and he didn't have probable cause, if that was true, I'm not saying it is. There's a lot of stuff that you seem to be cloudy on. We could potentially get that suppressed. There might be issues with the chain of custody. There might be issues with how they stored the drugs or the items that they secured from you. There might be items there might be issues with the head shop specifically, or mistaken identity. You might have civil action that you can take against the head shop. The head shop might have criminal culpability. There's a whole bunch of issues here. That's not for you to handle right now.
Correct.
You to handle right now is to get an attorney who's an expert in representing you, and for you to start gathering the facts and the evidence. The good news is this isn't going to happen tomorrow. You have time. These things take time. So this will be something that is slowly evolving over the period of months and sometimes even years, sadly.
Also, small season. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You got it.
I was just going to say that they told me to call Dallas County to get a court date. So I guess I have to do that. I mean, would that be available to me now?
You're looking at probably Tuesday or Wednesday because this call's happening late on a Friday and Monday's a holiday. But yeah, you get a court date next week.
Okay.
Iris, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you.
I am too.
We want to be here for you. So, please, we're going to help you off air in finding an attorney, and please call us back or text us if you have any other questions, okay?
Real quick, you said
thank you.
You said you just moved to Grand Prairie?
Yeah, finalized it yesterday, then immediately got arrested. How about that?
Yeah. Just watch out when you're in the small cities in Texas, because I'm not trying to bring it a racial thing in, but those cops.
You can make it racial.
Oh, okay. Because as a black person, whenever we're in a small city like Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, Wiley, watch out because they use the tag thing to pull you over, but really they want to find drugs and stuff, and that's exactly what he did. Okay. I've seen multiple things like that happen to people I know, so that's why I tried to make jokes during this. I couldn't because this is serious for me too. Yeah,
hitting home. Yeah.
This hit too close to home. That's way unnecessary.
And like I don't have like I'm clean as a whistle. Like I don't do anything bad. So for this to be my first charge, and they're like, "Oh, felony," right. I'm concerned for my career. And this is a big deal for me. I'm not taking this lightly at all. So
let's be real here, Iris. You walked into a store that supposedly has a license and pays taxes. You paid money for something, and that shouldn't be a crime. The idea that that's a crime in and of itself is horrible, and we're going to make sure that you get the representation that you deserve. So, Iris, thank you for calling in. We're going to keep you informed. Damn!
Yeah, that's
comment section. What do you think about this? We're living in a upside down Texas turvy drug law world.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Thank you, Iris.
Yeah, are they supposed to test that stuff? That's my last question. Like right away.
So that's going to be part of what your attorney will be able to look at, because if they once they get it, they actually have to test it. So obviously you could find a bunch of powder and not know is it actually or is it not cocaine or something like that, right? And so they're going to have to go through a chain of custody and all that. So there's a lot of different ways a lawyer's going to be able to poke holes and really understand what's the problem. And you'd be shocked how many of these get arrested and then just get let go because it was the wrong thing. Yeah. And that's what we're going to hope for is happening here.
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay, thank you guys so much for your help. It was great talking to you.
For sure.
Thanks,
we'll
Iris.
be in touch. Thank you, Iris.
Good luck.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Wow.
That's
but
tough.
For the grace of God, there I go. This could have been any of us, especially X.
Yeah. Well, especially me. I'm kidding.
You're often buying Flintstone gummies.
No, I don't do edibles, but I do smoke. So, and that's a fear of mine to get pulled over and going to jail.
Yeah.
But I know a friend who had edibles. His was actually THC edibles, but I know they took his and they put him in for a felony, and they charged us like manufacturing because it's like it's not weed. It's like a chemical substance to make it, something like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know because you.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. People are, you've got non-alcoholic beer. It actually has alcohol in it. Bananas have alcohol. They have an ABV because they're ripe. Yeah. So, people think there's a very clear line of like, well, it has no illegal substance or it does. But, you've got cops out here. They get a choice to decide, am I going to look at this package and think that this young lady with no record out here with just a pre-packaged with a receipt and she's just buying retail THC in Texas? Or did she buy something that was legal? Yeah. And that's the hard part about this.
And like I said, that cop was like a douchebag for that. Yeah. Most cops don't even take people to jail for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like I don't want to be a broken record where we're saying the same things on every single call, right? But this, I think, even if you think drugs are bad and people shouldn't do drugs, you should get angry about the idea of a person who's trying to do nothing wrong can go into a store and buy something and go to prison for that. We're selling prison tickets now? Like it wasn't already... It was too easy to go to prison. Like that to me is the thing. Because what if it's aspirin? Where do we draw the line? Imagine you buy a drink of C4 and it's an energy drink because you're working a double shift and you're like, oh, this will keep me up. Now the cops pull you over and they say, that's C4. That's on the ban. Felony. Fuck. Like
yeah, they're like, wait, look at this red can. It says Coke on it. Well, let's go test it while we put you in jail.
It's a felony too. A felony that's freaking wow. For your first time ever getting pulled over, your first offense is a felony.
Crazy. I was wondering, we probably should have asked her, was she there all night?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how she liked it. Did she make any friends? Probably wasn't.
I need you guys to take the dating show aspect of this down 15%.
Yeah, X.
I'm mostly talking to X.
Yeah, X.
This is a crazy country. Every state is different. If you are going through drug issues, whether it's possession or mistaken identity, contact us. Link below. We're going to do the best we can to help you. But this is why we have to vote on issues.
Yeah, it's and a lot of it's training. You know, the laws are changing, but there's folks that have to enforce them. They've got to really understand when there's a problem. Not everyone's Scotty Scheffler just getting out in a heartbeat. Real people are affected by these things, even just an arrest, wrongful as it may be.
Yeah. Don't do drugs, kids.
I disagree.
Lawyers are expensive, but subscribing to this channel is free. We'll be here when you need us. Call in with your legal issues. It's the Barely Legal Show.